Hi, welcome to Robyn's Roost. When I'm doing this today, it is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So I'm happy to say that I am not hosting this year. So I have a little bit of free time. I don't have to vacuum and clean and, do all that. I do have to make the turkey, but he is ready in the refrigerator, thawing, and I think everything's ready. So I can just relax and show you how to make this fun card. So this is the card that we made at our card class, the creative cards class that I do once a month, and I called it a tower diorama. So it squishes down to go into an envelope and then pops up to sit. Whoops, I guess I can't sit it and show it to you. But we used the Fluffiest Friends stamp set, and I thought for today's card, rather than doing my Winnie the Pooh bear, I would do the kitty. He's this stamp right here, and I have my little grandson Wyatt in mind. They have a big orange cat. They call her a loaf of bread when she lays because she looks like me, right? Anyways, so I'm going to use the kitty today and switch up the colors just a little bit. And I'll show you how to make this. Now there are a few little tricks to this card, and it involves gluing down these towers to get them so that they will fold flat. They're really simple, but if you forget the tricks, it's not going to fold flat. So let's flip the camera, and hopefully I can remember how to do it. So for our original card, we were using the A Walk in the Forest DSP. But I wanted something a little bit more kid-friendly, cheerful, presents. Anyways, I think Wyatt would like these. So this paper is actually from the Berry Christmas, which is part of the suite that has the polar bear punch in it. So that's what we're going to be using, and you're going to start out with a piece that is 4 3/4 by 4, and this paper really didn't matter which direction I cut it, but the 4 inches is going to sit this way. So if you have, like the trees that we used, you want it so that it's going to sit this way, 4 inches by 4 3/4. I hope I'm making myself clear. And then what we want to do is we want to pull in our trimmer. And again, this paper probably wouldn't make too much difference, but I like to we're going to cut 2 1/2-inch strips off of the side, and those are going to go on our base piece here. But I kind of like to keep them, and I said 1/2 inch, right? Let me look at my measurements. Yes. Okay, I kind of like to keep them so that the patterns line up. Like this one's going to go on the right, and a 1/2 inch up. Here will go on the left. Okay. Now, I'm not going to try to remember this. I'm going to go ahead and type it in underneath when I'm done for these score lines. Our base is 4 1/4 by 9 1/2. And then before I forget, you're also going to need the second base. There's like 2 bases to this card, right? This is the tower piece, and then the back base is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this is like our standard card base size. Okay, I am going to glue this down around the edges. Isn't this paper pretty? It's so bright and cheerful and, I don't know, friendly? I want to say friendly. So we are just going to center this between our score lines. And then this is, I don't know, like the cave die from the Fluffiest Friends. And the Fluffiest Friends is actually one that you'll have to find online only. It's an online exclusive. It comes as a bundle. You can buy the die set separately, or you can buy the stamp set. So each of the animals in this set has a die that cuts it out, and then there's some leaves and branches and you know, the fun beehive. This, I like to think of it as a cave. I don't know. I'm not sure what else is supposed to be. But anyways, we're going to go and die cut this. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so here we have our piece cut out. And we're actually going to use this piece too. And hopefully I didn't get it glued on. I was trying to not, but looks like I did. So I was a little bit carried away with the glue. Okay, so this piece is going to go on our back, right? And we're just going to put this in the center. Now, if you want to get all, you know, matchy-matchy liney up, you can go ahead and do this and put it back in the center and then pick this up. I'm just going to say put it down kind of in the middle. Because when this stands up, you're not really gonna, it's not gonna like line up exactly. So, but one tip, you do want to put this on first. So let's see, how good do I do? If I put it there, looks like maybe it could, that's pretty darn close. So you want to put this down first, because once you put your tower, adhere your tower pieces on here, you might have to cut off a little snip if you get the glue in too close. Just saying, it's easier that way. So then we're going to go ahead and get our tower pieces all scored here. There we go. Now, when you glue your, so your tower pieces are going to get glued down like this, and because my cave opening is a little bit bigger than, it'd be nice if it was a little narrower, but it's not. So that's what we're working with here. If yours isn't, you don't have to worry about this. But I want to not put glue on this spot here, right? So kind of imagine this spot here, you're going to leave the glue off. And I'm going to use liquid glue. And I'm going to do one side at a time. So we can put glue all up here, and we can put glue down here. We're going to kind of miss this spot here. So then I want to fold this flat, so you're going to see this score line, right? And you're going to fold it over like that. Now let's see if I did that right. Yes, so that it'll pop up like that. So you're going to flatten this down so you see the smallest tab and the one score line. And again, I'm going to put glue here. We're going to miss this edge here, right? Put a little bit here, but we don't want anything there along the score line, because when it folds, it'll be over this opening. So then we're just going to fold it flat, rub it down, and there is our cave door. Maybe you should make like a kitty taco box for this one. Okay. So now, this is really the really tricky spot, okay? So when you glue these down, the glue is going to go on this piece. So if you imagine this, right, like this, you're going to put the glue on this piece. That's trick one. But when we glue it down, we want it to fold like this to go flat, right? So we're going to line up this edge here with the piece that has the DSP on it. But the glue is going to go on this piece. So if you flip it over and put the box open, you know, so it's a box, you're going to have the glue here. But when you fold it back, you want to fold it back this way. So there's no glue right here, right? You're going to line this up with the edge with the designer series paper on it. And you really want this to be pretty straight to along here. Pushed it a little too hard there. Okay, and then you're just going to go ahead and burnish it down good. So then when it flips open, you're going to have this little strip here to glue your right hand piece to, right? So then we're going to go ahead and do that exact same thing on this side. We're going to carefully peel this back, and you'll see I'm going to put the glue on this edge here. And then I need this to go this way. Okay, so this one's going to go flat. The other side's going flat. This one's going to line up on this edge with the designer series paper here. And this is actually where the glue is, right here. So then it's going to pop open and it can fold either way, lining up with these edges. I sure hope that makes sense. It was very difficult during class, and that's why I was kind of trying to be a little more careful about explaining it. So then we're just going to put our little strips on the side. And you'll see that these are going to match up. Oh, I overflung the glue a little bit, the tape runner. Okay, so now we have our base completely done. Now we have to do our kitty. So here's our nice fat kitty with her little flower pot. Okay, and Miss Kai is actually an orange cat, so I'm just using pumpkin. It might be a little bit oranger than she is, but it'll work, right? I think Wyatt will love this card. We're just giving him a little, whoops, out of the lines. So this past weekend, Wyatt and his brother Huntley came to spend the day with us while their parents were both working, and they decorated my Christmas tree for me. Oh my gosh, that was so nice. Up, down on the ladder. Didn't have to do it. And they had the most fun. I have ornaments that my family has given me over the year, the Hallmark ones. They're called Frosty Friends. It's a series with a little Eskimo. And each year has the date on it. And the boys got such a kick out of how old they were. And I got such a kick out of the fact that it didn't seem that long ago, you know. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the year your dad was born. Actually, it's nice to get old because the option isn't great, right? I have friends who didn't have that opportunity, and I'm glad I have it. And I love my grandkids. They are so much fun. So So you may notice that I love coloring, but I am not a fussy, fancy colorer. More of a scribbler, I guess. Doggone it, I think I should have added this to my list, pumpkin, when I was taking advantage of the sale here a week ago. But my list was pretty huge anyways. Let's go back to this end. Okay, so I think Miss Kai is about ready. She actually has those little squiggles in her too, but I don't think I'm going to try that today. Now I'm going to make a green flower pot. Oh, I forgot to do her nose. I'm just going to do a green flower pot since it's Christmas time. And I'm going to leave the daisy white. Let's give this a leaf. And then, let's see. Let's go with the dark here for her nose. And let's just do a little lemon lolly center on our daisy. And let's make her nose a little black. Okay. Now, luckily, we have a die set just to cut this out. Be right back. And here is Miss Kai. Oh good, the colors aren't too awful. I was wondering if those bright colors in the orange cat would look good, but she is an orange cat. So, next, we will just put Miss Kai right in the middle of here. Well, actually, let's decide where this... Let's see, maybe I'll put her up a little bit higher. This is my greeting, and it's going to be a Christmas greeting. And because the Fluffiest Friends doesn't have any greetings in it, I'm pulling in another critter set, the Festive and Fun. And this has the Happy Christmas Wishes. So I'm going to use that. So one of the things that I really, really like about making my own Christmas cards or whatever they're for is that I can make the card for the person, right? So, you know, my little Wyatt likes his cat, and I can make the cat be his cat, right? She's got her orange fur and, you know, sometimes quirky personalities that you can kind of add in. Okay, so there's the Happy Christmas, and then I'm going to put her up a little higher. Oh my goodness, I can't get hold of her. Okay, so let's want her up high enough so she's not going to get lost in there. Okay, now the other thing I thought, on my other card I had the bee's nest, so I thought it might be kind of neat too. And I'm not sure, maybe they'll get lost in the shuffle here, but let's just try it. Okay, so now I've got a bunch of boxes cut out, and let's just see where I'm going to put these. I'm going to pop them up with some dimensionals. Just to kind of give the card a little bit more 3D. Okay. I could put that one right there. I wonder how that would look. I'm going to see it underneath. Let's I'm going to put this right here so I don't end up with it over the spot. There. Maybe add this one here. Just slide it over so we don't notice how that's okay. So what do you think? 4 of them? I have 2 more. Oh, I have 3 more. Maybe I'll put those on the back. So on the back, we have this huge area where we can do our greeting. And we'll just put that kind of right in the middle. I think we'll just do some of these presents. Okay. And these will glue down flat. And make sure we have it the right side up. Okay, so there's our write-on area and our cute little Christmas kitty card. Sorry for my lighting. Someday I'll figure it out in here. I have a north-facing room, so it's kind of dark. But hope you enjoyed this tower diorama card. Of course, you know, you could put all kinds of things in here, maybe even a string of lights. Oh my gosh, we could get so carried away with these. Maybe this one wasn't a good idea. I see on the camera, it's like, when I look at it, it's not in the way, but on the camera it is. Anyways, hope you enjoyed these cards and have some fun with the fluffiest friends and this technique. Thanks for stopping by at the Roost. Hope you have a great day.